Do you wake up feeling like you've got blinders on? Like at one point you had this super clear image about where you were going with your path to your purpose, that business or that corporate job. So fired up about it. And now it feels like that is a distant dream. So disconnected, and maybe wondering literally, is this all that there is? And if that's you, then hi, I'm Jennifer Zenzolson, founder and owner of Laughing Lotus Wellness and transformational purpose coach and expert. And what I do is work with women just like you who are in that place of feeling so misaligned, knowing they've got things to do and just not quite sure what that even is anymore. And what we do is we seek to get clarity. And so we'll work on sort of figuring out, where have you been? Where are you going? How are we going to get there? Does it mean you can stay where you are? Does it mean a shift? Because I want to be able to support you in reigniting that passion, being so super clear about your purpose so that you can live really fully into that space and that legacy. And so I know over the expansive experience that I've had in the clinical field, in treating clients, that one of the greatest things we can do is use our experience to reflect and gain clarity. Clarity is really, the idea is clear seeing, right? It's clear seeing, it's clear knowing. And so I really want you to think about, one, this idea of like, am I clearly seeing and knowing my journey here? Do I have clarity? And I want to invite you to be a visionary in your life. I want you to be a visionary. And what that means is, I want you to understand that when you have clarity, you have direction. The gift of clarity is direction. And so we don't get that without being visionaries. And so by being a visionary, I mean, when I developed Laughing Lotus Wellness, what feels like a gazillion years ago, it's not what it looks like now. First of all, there's that. It's evolved, right? I've evolved. So the dream of my business has evolved. But I really want to talk about, I didn't start where I am. And when I started, I had this idea of coaching and addressing all the different layers of a person's life, everything from vitality and movement to humor and fun and all the layers of your soul. And so it was your work, right? It was all of these things. It was like this big multi-layered cake. It was beautiful. And so I'm super grateful for that time where I had this vision of what I could do for other people. And my vision always, my purpose always includes service. That's just something that I'm really passionate about doing. And I always include service for everybody else that I work with and their purpose. We are here to serve. And I really had this vision of what I wanted that to look like. And it's morphed again, but I had to start with the vision. I had to get excited. I had to get my teeth on something to start growing and building it. And so this business was built on a dream. My private practice was built on a dream. It was a vision that I had for something that I wanted to put in the world. And I want you to be a visionary for your life. It's so crucial to listening and leaning in, if you will. I want you to lean in and listen for where you're being guided. You're always being guided. The universe is always going to put the people, the situations, the jobs, the journeys, the stories, the experience. The random person sitting next to you at the bar while you're waiting for your flight. Right? I hear the coolest freaking stories. I just had a woman tell me one on an airplane. She's like, I'm all about God. I'm all about Jesus. Great, good for her. And I'm sitting next to this woman who literally starts talking to me and tells me that I've got something big to do. And she's like, but it was this kind of unique spiritual conversation and not one she was necessarily comfortable leaning into at first, but how this woman literally helped change the trajectory of her entire journey in that moment. And so when we get clear, we have direction. And so I say to people, my question is like, if you don't know where you're going, how can somebody else support you get where you want to go? It's like going on vacation, showing me at the airport, and they're like, where are you going, ma'am? Where are you going today? And you go, wherever. I mean, like, they're not going to tell you where to fly to, right? So we need to begin our journeys with a vision. And I just want to invite you to really think about that. So it's really about clear seeing, clear knowing. And sometimes we need help with that. Okay. So I hope you have clear knowing, but if you don't, that's where we get support. And then we become a visionary about where we're going to take that. We're being guided. I always talk about people like our experiences tuck us in kind of as we're going. And I want you to think about that. What things are tucking you in? Where are you being directed? Listen for that, because you are being given direction. The universe, that person, right? Again, the story, the job, maybe the job opportunity you didn't get because you needed the one that came after it. You're being directed. Okay? All right. So if you could use support in this, if you're like, Jen, I really love the idea of this, but I don't have clear knowing and I don't know what my direction is and I don't know how to do that, then I want you to reach out to me and let's do my complimentary phone call. A Reignite Your Fire phone call where you and I sit together and we explore where you're at, where you want to go, how you might do it. And I guarantee you're going to walk away with a couple of tools from me, regardless of whether or not you decide to hire me, okay? You're going to walk away with some tools because that's what I do. I'm about customer service. And so I'm going to send you away with something. So I would love to have you connect with me and be like, give me a shout out, Jen. I would love to connect with you. Let's sit down on that call. Let's figure some things out. Let's get this clarity, wisdom, and direction going. Okay, let's do that. So until next time, my friends, this is Jen sending you blessings, love, and light, and supporting you on your path to purpose.